Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Legion Interviews, episode number 5. Now, I appreciate all of you guys joining me today because I have a very special guest, and you're all going to know her. You know her from Twitter and from Twitch, which I just newly got back into, and of course, you also know her from geeksandgamers.com. So, without any further delay, she is the producer of Friday Night Tights, and she is a member of Geeks and Gamers. She has a limited word count, apparently. The very, very special Xray girl. Thank you so. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm outstanding. Sorry, I had to say that. So, without anything else, she said her word count. So we're gonna end this. No, sorry.
That was like 3 words. It wasn't even 7.
I know.
Now I'm at the max.
I thought it was 5. The last time I heard it was 5.
Oh, 7. I got a what do you call it? Upgrade.
You got an upgrade. Nice.
Gary decided I did very well. I get 2 extra words a show. You know.
I have a feeling you say a whole lot of extra words more than that, which is there's nothing wrong with. So, the reason that I actually invited you on here is because Chrissy Mayer was actually my first guest. She was very gracious enough to do that. And yes, she actually gave me the idea for podcasting. But anyway, I want to talk to real world people who they've put together their own platform, they've built it up, and they've made something themselves. So to kind of start things off, what made you want to get into the world of YouTube, Twitch, even Twitter, as crazy as it is?
I guess we can start from the very beginning. I started dating Mark the Cyborg.
Yes.
And he kind of was like, I need to refer to you in some way. So he just made up the name Xray Girl. I had no choice in the matter. So I just kind of adopted that name ever since then. It started with first Mario Kart streams with Geeks and Gamers. And it was kind of good because I was on Discord. No one could see my face. And for the longest time, I was like, Mark, unless you propose, I'm not showing my face.
Oh wow. The ultimatum that quick?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I never signed, and I've always said this, I never want like a life in the media type of thing. I like my privacy. I want to be able to, walk around and not have people be like, oh my God, it's her. That's not the life for me. So when finally I did like a face reveal because I was doing stuff with the Geeks and Gamers girls and some of the premium streams and the Mario Kart streams. I'm like, I kind of like streaming, like gaming. So I just started doing that on Twitch. Krista Nova.
Yes.
Shout out to her. She's so awesome. She helped me with that. And I've kind of just developed from there. I enjoy doing it. I love streaming. I love hanging out with my friends online, hanging out with the chat. I've made like quite a few friends from this, and just I wish I was more we'll call it nerdy and knew a lot of the stuff that this sector of the internet does. Like for example, everyone always brings up like Star Wars. I've never watched the sequels, but
well, you're not missing a whole lot.
And that's what I keep hearing. But I mean, like most people would have said they've at least seen it. I have yet. Probably would not have seen it.
Yeah, I saw them when they came out. I was one of those people who was very excited for The Force Awakens. I was all on the hype train. I think I saw it 3 times in theater, and anyway, because I grew up watching the original trilogy as a kid, and Return of the Jedi was always my favorite. But anyway, when the prequels came out, I was really excited. I was right at that middle-aged school level where my friend and I would ride our bikes to the movie theater to watch it. It's so that's kind of what sucked me in, and honestly, I wasn't in this sphere for I guess for the last 2 years is when I just started. But I decided to speak out because entertainment has gotten horrendous. And, so, I will have to ask though, because when I talked to Frank, Chrissy's, significant other, what's your favorite video game? He said that she can talk about anything but video games. And I had to ask her. So what's yours?
Me?
Yes.
Or Chrissy?
No. Your favorite video game. I asked Chrissy and she's like, well, I played this game and I really like it. So, but I know you do a lot more gaming. So this is a lot easier for you to answer.
Oh, favorite. This could be so hard. Okay. I don't know if this counts as a video game, but I could play this game forever, technically. I really like bubbles on your phone. You know, when you match all the bubbles, 2 or more, and then it disappears. I don't know. I could just play that game forever. That's like one of my favorite games. But if we're
No.
talking about like an actual legitimate game, we'll go with Pokemon.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's something.
I can't play Pokemon forever because you play it once, you know, you kind of get used to it, and after a while, it's just repetitive. And you know, you played the story. What else is there? But you could play Bubbles forever.
No, that's very true. I mean, look, I'm not gonna knock it. I know that Pokemon Go was like a huge thing. I never played that. But there's a version that's called Jurassic World Alive, and it's like Pokemon Go with like Jurassic World and Jurassic Park. Whenever I'm on my phone, like people are like, what are you doing? I'm like, and they're like, are you playing dinosaurs? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I definitely understand. So obviously you met you got on with the Geeks and Gamers team through Mark, and I've heard about how he reached out to Jeremy, and about he makes really great videos and stuff like that, and he has a lot of attention to detail, a lot more than I probably would, to be quite frank, which makes it even better because I just started editing myself and it's a giant pain in the butt. Can you kind of allude, we'll just say relatively, to if Mark were to play a game from start to finish, about how long would it take him to edit said video?
I mean, okay, so right now he's working on his Metroid video. He's played all the Metroid games.
Yes.
Almost finished, and then to do that, God. So he's gonna do something interesting, something different. I think each video will end up being like about probably a week to 2 weeks of editing, about 9 videos in total, I think.
Okay.
All the games. But if he were to do like one, he used to pump out like one video like every 2 weeks or a month or something. Like when he played Cyberpunk, God, that took about a week to 2 weeks to be able to go through it. Like it's so much attention to detail, and I'm not a person that is the tiny parts. I weigh, is it worth it versus the time put into it?
Mm-hmm.
And it which works for me, doesn't work for him. He likes having that beautiful, shiny product at the end. So yeah, depends. 2 weeks usually if he puts a lot of time in.
Okay, I can definitely see that. I kind of feel where he's coming from. I'm one of those people that definitely if it doesn't work right, it kind of, you get something prepared, and of course if it doesn't look right, you have to change it. So I have seen the pictures from Twitter. Does he play video games in bed?
All the time. All the time. Oh my God. So I've always said the bedroom is for sleeping and sleeping. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, we know what the second sleeping is part of.
Yeah, and this is where Mark can pull the cripple card. He's like, it's just more comfortable. It's easier for me to lay in bed. And I'm like, what am I going to say? No, you can't.
Well, I mean, he did put the ring on the finger. So, I mean, I guess he do have a say. From one veteran to another, I do like his excuse. That is very good.
Yeah. So. I mean, it works. And it's fair. He works better in bed for that sort of stuff.
And that's the show. We're done. I got nothing. No. So Mark, started working with Jeremy and stuff like that, and integrated himself. When did you kind of start? So you kind of started with the girls on the live streams and stuff, and you hadn't really revealed yourself. When did you start doing a lot more behind the scenes stuff? Because obviously you're a huge part of what makes Friday Night Tights what it is. And I mean, as somebody who's probably discovered it within the last year, I think I discovered Jeremy in like 2009, early 2019. When did you kind of go from just the video game element to doing more within the team itself?
So in regards to like Gary and Nerdrotic, Jeremy approached me, I think, around March. And actually, I remember it was just after, either just before or just after the Zach stuff, and
Yeah, I saw
I
that.
just remember it being a little crazy, and I'm just like, do I want to come into this? I'm like, you know what, whatever. I don't know who this guy is. It's fine. What do I care about what he says? So he asked because of my organization and timely skills and note taking. I will say my university degree has actually worked towards something that's not just a direct, go to college for this and then do that. It's been kind of nice. So I first started with actually Geeks and Gamers, the gaming podcast, taking notes, because what they usually would do is Lethal Lightning would edit portions of it and then post it as videos. So he asked me, Jeremy asked me if I would take notes. What he thought was going to be just like, for example, Nintendo from 10 minutes to 25 minutes. I wrote from 10 minutes, Ryan introduces. 10 minutes and 30 seconds, Mark says something funny, and then on and on and on. And he's just like, I just didn't expect this. Oh my God, extra girl. So when Lady Gravemaster stepped down, he recommended me to Gary, and it's kind of worked out since then. I love doing what I do, all the background stuff and being organized and timely and all that. And yeah, university has really helped with this.
Well, that's actually a first, to be honest. So
Yep.
I have to be honest, I went to college, but my military credentials have got me farther than anything the university has done. So that actually really is awesome, because I'm a big advocate that you can do whatever you want to do. No matter where you come from or what your background is, if you work hard enough, you can do all of it. So the fact that, I mean, quite frankly, yeah, I didn't, I didn't see around for a long time, because, I started watching Jeremy when it was mostly the Jeremy show, and he's like, I don't want it to be that. So I just remember this, this guy on the internet who didn't have a problem, talking back, about a really bad movie. And so, and I kind of expanded to all of you, which is really awesome. So how has it been, working with Gary, working on probably one of the biggest streaming shows, on YouTube? Has it been something that's been kind of a shock to you, you didn't expect, or is it something that you found a lot easier to work with than you thought it would be?
I think because this job that Gary hired me for, it wasn't like, when you go for a job, it says all the skills you need and what you're going to be doing. It's an evolving job. Okay, I need you to be able to do this and organize that and make sure this is in on time and remind me of this. So I've really heavily relied on my calendar to be able to do a lot of this stuff, and it's ever changing, and it's so fun too at the same time, like being able to joke around on Friday Night Tights when I want to. I know my 7 words. Although New Year's, I kind of used like a billion.
No, you do a good job. Trust me. Every once in a while, you get a zinger in there, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Like, this is the reason Jeremy doesn't get me to talk too much. I'm joking, by the way. There is no actual word limit. Shh, don't tell everyone. But yeah, I'm able to talk if I want. I just have a billion things to do. I like being able to chime in when I want and having a platform if I need. Not that I've had to. And, Gary's he's so laid back, and it's so easy having him as a boss, because I don't like micromanagers, and he is the furthest thing from a micromanager. Usually he just needs to tell me something once I get the okay. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this from now on. And it's just kind of worked. It's really easy to work with him. Even though there's a lot to do, but nothing shocks me at this point, I don't think.
Oh, I can imagine not. I think probably one of the best parts of watching the show is the guys will say something, or even Chrissy will say something, and then all of a sudden you're just like working, and you like all of a sudden it's like, and you kind of like look like, wait, what? Like, what the hell did I just hear? And it's actually a lot of fun. I do, and I think a lot of people enjoy the fact that with the nonsense in this world, we're not going to talk about a whole lot of nonsense, but the fact that they qualify you as their like diversity hire, and I think there's a lot of fun to that, because
I think it's great that they use
oh, absolutely, because comedy, in my opinion, there's no limits. Like everybody's equal, fair game. So we'll say, I'll give you this. Maybe in the last 2 episodes, what was probably something that maybe they were talking about that caught you the most off guard, where you're just like, whoa, what?
Oh,
I'm asking for a reason, because there have been some really wild things that have happened the last couple of weeks that I think
in the episodes, like
like something that was said that you're just like, holy,
Oh, I don't know.
Nothing from Jack.
At this point, nothing like. Oh, well, I mean, okay, we'll talk about that, I guess. But like the black hole of Jack Murphy, literally at this point, that has I never want to kink shame anyone, but
no, absolutely not.
If you do not want that to come out in the world, maybe you shouldn't have put it out in the world. I don't know.
I mean, I'm a little old fashioned. I don't believe it. I don't believe. I think 2 people should, do whatever they're comfortable with. I'm not going to shame anybody either. But me personally, there's a little bit of a difference. But I know in the personal chat there were some photos and videos circulated, and unfortunately, I've seen some of those. Did they catch you off guard, or did you even see them? Because
no, I didn't look at them. I don't want to see them.
Please don't. Just don't.
I see enough body parts in my life that I do not need to see someone's intimate life.
Yeah. And that's a great segue. I'm actually glad you did that. So you also work a day job. You work in the medical field.
Yes.
I work a day job myself. I work for the U.S. government in a certain, in somewhat of a capacity. So I'm not going to say what, because, people like to take things and run with them. So obviously, have you found that is, it's hard to balance your personal life, your professional life, and even your online life? Because, I got home, it's 7:17 right now. I got home at probably like 5:55. I ran, cleaned myself up, stuff like that, and made sure everything was good to go before we started. Do you find that you have issues, kind of with things overlapping, maybe a little bit of a conflict of interest with your normal job?
Well, okay, so I have multiple normal jobs in different little areas at different places. I'll leave it at that. If it were not for my calendar, as soon as I get my schedule, I put my schedule on my phone. I modify any conflicts right away. Usually I can. My job allows me to be flexible, which I am so freaking grateful for, to be able to accommodate for the online job and my other jobs, and just my personal life. If I want to take a day off, I just ask someone to take my shift, and it's pretty easy for the most part. And if it were for that, I definitely would think that having my personal job would be hard, because we work, day shift, evening shift, night shifts, weekends, weekdays, holidays. Like I work Boxing Day. And
what is Boxing Day?
Oh, sorry, that's a Canadian thing.
No. I've heard it before, and I didn't think to Google it then. The first time I heard it, what is Boxing Day?
It is the day after Christmas. I don't know what the historical element of that day is, but that's the day people go shopping for deals after Christmas, and it's a statutory holiday, so you get
wait.
Is that statutory?
No, well, it's so.
Did I say that right?
It's like a federal holiday.
Yeah, federal.
No. The only reason I laugh is because I had years in law enforcement, and when you say statutory,
you went the R word.
Yeah, well, that's usually where it comes out, but a statute is basically a criminal law. So when you say statutory something, it just I had never heard that before. That I do like the difference in language, though. That's pretty funny. The difference in interpretation. Okay, so it's kind of like Black Friday ish.
Yes, but after Christmas version.
Okay.
But we've also adopted Black Friday. It's just not a holiday, a federal holiday. You just shop. So online or in person.
So Boxing Day, which I'm assuming is like, boxes and stuff, for yet what I guess. Well, you said you don't know why they do. How
I could find out now, actually.
I mean, yeah, I could probably Google it too, but I already set up my, Google with your tabs and stuff like that, your Twitch, geeksandgamers.com.
Let me see. Derives from an ancient practice. Originally as a holiday to give gifts to the poor, today Boxing Day is primarily known as a shopping holiday. It originated in Great Britain and is celebrated by many countries that previously formed part of the British Empire. Oh, that's why Az celebrates Boxing Day too.
Damn it, Az. It's your fault, colonizers. From this point forward, I'm just when they refer to colonizers, I'm just gonna refer to Great Britain and be like, going, yeah, I know those bastards. So I don't even know where I was going with this.
I don't either.
We got sidetracked.
What were we even talking
about? we were talking about
work, life, and work. Yeah. So I work some crazy holidays, crazy hours, and it's worked out. I mean, even before I left to go to Boston, because I couldn't give away my shift, I switched to do a night shift and literally went. So we have showers at work. I showered, then went straight to the airport to fly to Boston. And as soon as I came back, I started working again because I'm like, I took a whole week off. I need to be able to work all the shifts I was doing.
Are you one of those people that can sleep on an airplane?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I mean, to be fair, I enjoy sleeping on an airplane, but I kind of medicate myself a little bit. Like I use a bit of gravel. It's not bad.
Use a bit of what?
Nice gravel. It has like I don't know what it's for specifically, but it has a little bit of a drowsy effect, which helps me.
Is it for like an upset stomach?
Maybe. I could be very wrong about that. I have no idea.
Is this another Canadian thing that I don't understand?
Maybe. I used to just have a drink, but I found as I'm getting older, I'm like, my feet swell on a plane. I can't do things like have a drink because it's not going to do well for my health.
your blood vessels.
I know. We don't want them dilated. We want it nice and constricted. I'm just saying.
No, I completely understand. I'm not a big fan of traveling on an airplane, but it's mostly because of a height thing. Large human beings are not meant to be on airplanes.
Oh no, they're not. I really wish that they had like large seats for the larger humans because some people just don't have enough leg room, or even like why I once on a plane sat between these two humongous dudes. So you see like where the armrests are, and then there's me. Hi.
Yeah, that's usually me on the airplane because I don't want to invade anybody else's space. It's called the emergency exit, and there's usually some little old lady who has like nothing but money in her retirement, and she's like, I'm gonna sit here with the little thing, and it's like, and then of course you watch the flight attendant by going, is everybody comfortable in the case of an emergency landing? They can operate the door, and the little old lady's like, and I'm like,
sure,
dude,
go ahead.
Like, I'd be surprised if she survives the crash. Like, no, in all honesty, I love to travel, but I think in the future going forward, like maybe in the next 5-10 years, my hope is to get my own little airplane myself and maybe start well, it's probably a long way off. I have a lot of investments and stuff in the works, but it's I'm 6'4", I weigh like 265 pounds. I don't belong on a commercial airline. I'm usually I felt so bad flying for the holidays a couple of years ago. Before all this, I had a seat that I picked because I had more room, and there was a lady who was very much, we'll just say, over the parameters, and she sat in my seat, and I was like, ma'am, I think you're in my seat. And she's like, I usually sit in this position because she's like, I'm a little embarrassed, and she's like, but I have a hard time fitting in some of the other seats. And I was like, I was like, no, I completely understand. I'll take your seat. And I felt so bad for her. And just it's like flying cattle anymore. And with everything that's happened, it's nonsense. The prices are out of control. But anyway, we're not this went to a weird place. Okay, that's my fault.
I mean, I love traveling. There we go.
Yes, I love traveling. What is the number one destination if you could fly to anywhere in the world right now? It would cost $5 no matter where. Where would you go?
Probably the Maldives.
Oh,
they're sinking, so I kind of wanted to go there before they are gone.
I didn't know they were sinking.
Well, they're not sinking. The water's rising, so I guess it's kind of like sinking.
Is it kind of like how Florida and California are sinking? From Al Gore. They should have been underwater by now, or is it like legitimately the water's
rising?
Like how many feet per year?
I don't know, but they say in the next couple decades it'll probably be gone. I mean,
oh crap!
I have time, but we'll see. Traveling's such a luxury these days, both not just on the trip, but coming back from the trip.
Okay.
You want to be able to have the time.
That's 100% fair. If I could do it, I would go to Iceland.
Oh.
I would go to Iceland. I've always wanted to. I've always been intrigued by Iceland, but what kind of cemented it is So I started my main channel, with one purpose, and it got very much kind of skewed because when everything happened. Have you seen the Eurovision movie?
No.
You have not. Okay. I think it was. I think Nina's one of the ones who's seen it. Phenomenal movie. Anyway, but that kind of kicked off my main channel, and Iceland is absolutely gorgeous. It's got a lot of stuff, but that would be where I would personally go. So, kind of steering back to you. You said that you see enough body parts on a daily basis. So, talking about body parts you see on a daily basis, I know that on an episode of Friday Night Tights, they asked you if you've seen a pair of breasts that you really enjoyed. And your answer was yes.
I'm just saying, aesthetically, they were very nice breasts, okay? Especially for her age. She was in her 50s, and the gravity did not affect them. And neither did she get surgery either. I would have known.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And she had kids too. Very impressive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not that I am attracted to it, but it's like any person, you can appreciate beauty. I think men, no homo, can be like, you're a good-looking man. Same thing.
Yeah.
Good-looking female.
Absolutely.
Good-looking assets.
No, absolutely. You're like, no homo.
I feel like I say that all the time. No homo.
Well, it's definitely something that used to be a lot more popular, and probably until recently. No, absolutely. I would 100% agree. It's one of those things. You see a good-looking dude walking down the road, you're like, oh, wow, that's a good-looking guy. And it's like you can appreciate that. We're all human beings. We all, everybody loves an attractive person, and that's that can even be said for Hollywood and the movies they're making. But walking down a, you know what? Actually, I will ask this: what is the best movie television show that you've probably seen in the last 3 years? Because we've been entrenched in this nightmare.
The last 3. Oh, that's so hard to choose.
Okay, well, all right. We'll say this: 2 of your favorites that you're saying, one that you're like going, yeah, I'm so glad I watched that, and then another one you're like going, oh yeah, I really, really, really like that. So,
barring reality television, because I know I like my reality television. I really
yeah, you're. It's called Poor Choices, right? Poor Choices. Yes, on geeksandgamers.com.
Yep. I really like this one show called Dynasty on Netflix. It's definitely kind of a girly comedic version. They had a couple woke stuff in it, which it kind of blends in well, and it's fine. I don't mind it. And it's really, for a girl, I would not recommend this for a guy to watch. It's a good show.
Hold on, I'll raise you. You keep talking. I'm gonna look it up.
Then I just finished Cobra Kai, and oh, it's so good. I want to rewatch it now. Oh, and same thing with The Witcher. I know Gary didn't like season 2, but I like season 2. It
Okay.
was pretty good. It was pretty good. Season 1 still better, but season 2 was like good. Wasn't great, but it was good.
I am. I'm gonna share this real quick so we can see this. Alrighty then. Dynasty 2017 television series. Can you zoom on that? I don't know. I'm still learning. You know what's funny is that Chrissy was actually the one who taught me how to do this crap.
Oh, nice. Just control and scroll the mouse wheel forward to make it bigger. It'll make at least the text bigger.
Nope. See,
No?
I also have 2 computers though. That probably doesn't help.
Anyways, like it just it's about like rich families and them trying to procure more, and then they still have their love lives, and like crazy stuff happens, and it's kind of like a soap opera. There's a long lost brother, and then oh no, this is the other father that we didn't know that was the father, and I don't know.
Okay, so it's based on a 1980s primetime soap opera of the same name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do. Well, I was born in 85, so I have a feeling it's probably maybe has some similarities to, I don't know, maybe Knots Landing.
Maybe.
I don't. I mean, I don't. Well, my mom watched that, so I couldn't tell you or not. Okay, well that's so The Witcher. I would like to talk about that because I have seen season 1. I very much like season 1. Henry Cavill has done phenomenal. Obviously, I think probably one of the most notable games is The Witcher 3, and you can very much see the difference. What about finally people get into the chat. We both retweeted this, and everybody was excited last night, and then I think the real BBC is still going on the last time when we started, so that's probably why. Yeah, I mean, those guys are juggernauts. I think I could probably last maybe 3 hours, then I'd be like, I gotta get out of this chair.
Oh yeah, they are. How long have they going on now? Oh my god.
Hunky Monkey on Twitch. I don't think he's probably talking to me. Would you like to?
You're on Twitch as well?
I am on Twitch. Yeah, I reactivated my Twitch. Oh, by the way, reactivating it, dude. What is it? Run by the CIA? How many hoops do you have to jump through to verify that? They're like, we're going to send a code here, and we're going to send a code to this, and you need to verify this. Hunky Monkey said, would you like to join a podcast this Saturday around 3? Won't take much of your time, and it's in the Discord. Hunky Monkey, I'm assuming you're probably talking to her because you seem.
I am working actually at that time.
So. Yeah, I have a feeling she's working. I know I'm working. Me personally, for the government. We're both working, Hunky Monkey. You seem like a phenomenal person. So if you want to stick around, keep your hunky butt here.
All right, I'm followed now.
Okay, yeah, I think I followed you. I know I set a reminder, so maybe if not, I'll figure it out. Yeah, so you know what? Let's talk about your Twitch. That's a great segue.
Okay.
I'm so glad that you did that and I didn't. I still kind of give like a basis and fly off the cuff about things. So it's like, hey, I'm going to make this full screen so they can see it a lot easier. This is Xray Girl 2077, which I like the number because I'm 2076. She has 2.3 thousand followers. Get in there. She is partnered, and she definitely, I love the games that you play. Dead by Daylight, that's a good one. Halo, of course. Phasmophobia, I have not played. That's the one that Ryan got scared at, right?
Oh yeah.
And then Alien Isolation, that is no joke.
Oh my god, that's scary AF. I saw it,
and it's hard.
I don't remember if you could make it easier or harder, but I probably put on normal. I try to play it on normal, and then whenever I play it on easy, I joke and I'm playing gaming reviewer level. They always complain, this game is too hard. Well,
I'm one of those people. I have no shame. I will play a game on normal or easy because I have a day job and I don't have time to play the same boss for like an hour straight. Because
God.
as I played Knights of the Old Republic, and I'm that's my personally favorite game of all time, and I love the story of it, and that's what I'm there for. The combat is turn based. It's old school. They're remaking it, and I wish they weren't. But yeah. Do you ever get people who recommend a game for you, or is it something that you're usually doing on your own?
I get recommendations a lot, but I kind of go by what I enjoy doing. Like we've been playing Halo a lot because Mark and I have been doing the campaigns from 1 and
Yes.
onwards. So we're doing Halo 3 right now. So that's been kind of nice. And then Dead by Daylight, it's such a fun game. And I started playing that with Tugs, Theory, and Bailey. And I played it, was it yesterday now? Oh my God, yesterday with Wicked Virtue. So it's just by like what I feel. I feel like myself and the audience like me playing a scary game, even though like have a heart attack half the time, but it works. If I enjoy it and they're enjoying it, why not? The next one I do want to play is The Witcher. We'll see if I get there.
Okay.
There's so many games to play and not enough time in the world. Like I bought some even Nintendo games to play, but I just haven't had time.
So. Are you going to be able to get out of the room unlike Gary?
I probably can. I mean, I won't lie. I do boomer quite a few things. Like
yeah,
half
I do
the
too.
time,
Trust me.
I start a stream and my mic is like muted, and then I've been talking, and the chat will go like, "Boomer, hey girl."
I'm more like Mark, where I think I hopped into the studio like 15 minutes early, and I'm like checking everything, making sure everything was worked, because I'm that guy that when I first started live streaming, my mic was off from the video, and I had people telling me, they're like, going, dude, your stuff's off. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. And it took me, because I had never done any of this, hooking two computers together, trying to stream and cross and do everything. And it was such a pain in the butt that now I think I'm a little psychotic about it. But I love the people who don't. Like, I think that's the best. And there's my tomorrow night interview. Phil, TMNT. He says,
Hi, Phil.
He says, "Oh my God, Xray girl." Phil, thank you so much for doing the discussion tomorrow night, because you're the first gentleman who said yes. Do you know Dreaming Tabitha?
I've heard of Dreaming Tabitha.
Yeah,
Never...
yeah. Jay interviewed her. Phenomenal artist. We were talking about it. And we are making a joke because no guys have wanted to like do an interview. I've reached out to several people. They don't get back. But all the girls like, oh, I'd love to. You want to talk to me? And I'm like, yeah, I just want to talk to normal people about stuff. And so last night, Tabitha saw that I tagged you, and she's like, going, still interviewing the girls, huh, Ryan? And I'm like, yeah, shut up. So yes, Phil interviewed her as well. Phil's a great guy. He really is. So I guess the best question right now is, you do a lot of stuff on Twitch. You do a lot of stuff on obviously geeksandgamers.com. Have you thought about starting your own YouTube channel, or are you kind of staying in a different direction? I know you guys, that all of you guys have a whole bunch of YouTube channels. Very impressive, because I have 4 myself, and I'm one person, and it's like Tim Possible says, hello there. Hello, Tim Possible. Thank you for showing up.
Hi.
And Phil also says, also interviewed Xray girl, still nerding out. Well, I mean, you should. So
nerd out with me, it's all good.
So well, I mean, that's what it's about. We're all nerds, because nerds rule the world anymore. So is there a certain direction you may want to take things?
So I think I try to do small goals versus like this huge goal. Like this year, I want to monetize Poor Choices. Like Tugs and I were like the lead, the head of that little section, and
Yes.
we haven't been able to give it our due time for that show, and I want to be able to monetize and do a lot more, maybe watch a couple different shows and kind of review them, because there's a bunch of reality television I'm sure people watch. I mean, I know our section of the internet might not watch that specifically, but there's a lot of stuff you can draw from reality, which we do all the time. As for personal, I have thoughts and ideas, but at this point I don't have the time to
completely understand.
execute that. I mean, I've been lucky. People will subscribe to like my YouTube channel, and I do upload a couple of my videos from Twitch to YouTube. It just kind of sits there as like a repository, and I just haven't done anything with it. So maybe one day. I think if I think about the things that I want to have opinions on, it's nothing new from Poor Choices at this moment. And when it comes to nerd and geekdom stuff, I don't have a strong opinion because I don't invest as much as other people do. Like if people are asking me MCU versus DCU, don't matter to me.
MCU. Well, I mean, the only DCU movie that I've really enjoyed is Wonder Woman, because Gal Gadot she is Wonder Woman, and of course the Snyder Cut is very good, but that's not how they originally did. But to talk about your Phil says, Xray girl, you're honestly amazing. Not surprising people sub to you. Well, of course not. Because of all the hot tub streams.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get Gary to do some hot tub streams too, guys.
I would
he gets out of that rim.
Yeah, I would love to see. Gary would be that guy that would go to the beach in shorts and like the button down Captain America shirt with his hat on, which would be how I'd go to the beach, because I don't like to go to the beach and I live in Florida. So I have watched a reality television show recently since the pandemic began, and there have been a couple of offshoots on Netflix. Have you watched Too Hot to Handle?
Yes.
I have too. I'm not even afraid to say that.
I'm actually shocked. And the new season's coming out. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw the newest one a few months ago, and then of course there was a Brazilian version that they translated into English, and then there was another version. I haven't got through those because it's a little bit harder because they're subtitles, but yeah, no, I do kind of like that show.
It's like, and this is what I always say, a reality television show is a hot mess, which makes you feel so good about yourself. You made better choices than that.
Well, I think what it is it kind of goes back to the old road rules. Real world? Yeah, kind of like that kind of dynamic from MTV.
Real Road and Road Rules. Which, by the way, they do have a show, which is also on my list, called The Challenge, which is adopted from that. A lot of the old cast started in the early episodes of The Challenge, and now it's kind of become this new thing. I don't think Johnny Bananas was in Road Rules, but I know Sarah Rice, I think she was in Road Rules, as well as there was one other character. I forgot her name. Oh my god. But anyways, they've moved to The Challenge, which we are going to cover as well on Poor Choices.
What platform? Well, for the television show and you guys, obviously.
Oh, the television show's on MTV.
Oh, I don't have that. I don't have cable.
Hot mess. I love MTV, and I want to really rewatch Jersey Shore. Like, they have a new, not like the old stuff at the Jersey Shore house where they're older and they're, have their kids and their families, Yeah.
Hi, yeah, I saw that. Desperoo. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here is my favorite reality TV. It's just public humiliation for famous people, or UK has car crash dating shows. Those are hilarious. My favorite my favorite UK television show is Top Gear, the original Top Gear. It's a little bit like reality-ish, but it's also cars, because they They drive around the UK and they just disrupt everything, and I love it. It's so much fun, but it's not really reality per se, you know, and the same thing. But so said ahoy Phil. Okay. Ahoy the boat. Tim Possible says, I watched Too Hot to Handle. I liked it. None of the couples are together anymore. Really?
Wait, I don't think so.
Disparu also says, oh yeah, Top Gear with the original trio is awesome. Yes, Jeremy Clarkson, James May, and you know, absolutely, it's a car show for people who don't care about cars.
I thought one of the couples were still together. I could be wrong. None of the couples at the end.
I don't think the original couple from the original series is still together. Yeah, I think they broke up.
Yeah,
but they're still friendly or something.
I mean, who knows in these days?
We're talking reality television.
Yeah, we are. This I mean, never would I thought this would happen, but then it did. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, I'm all for it. I'll talk about whatever. I don't give a crap.
I forgot the girl's name, Christina. Oh, well, maybe not. None of the pictures of her boo is there anymore. Oh, that's sad. Oh, well. Okay, so yeah, official. They were over.
So when is the new season coming out?
I believe, let me pull it out. Too Hot to Handle, season 3. I think it's this month.
Really?
January 2022. I need a date.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that. I do. I just like watching the train wreck. It's so bad. Especially because I my time in the military and as a police officer, I could read people and it's like, girlfriend, you don't want none of that. Like
okay. Wait, it's January 19th.
Oh. Yeah.
So coming up soon.
15 days. Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna do a full like binge release or they're gonna do a week by week. So we'll see.
Oh, well, I definitely think Netflix should change its premise. I will say this though, I probably would be more excited to watch Too Hot to Handle than the Book of Boba Fett because no, I'm not joking. The first episode I had such like lore issues with, even from a Disney standpoint. It was so rough. You know, I don't know if you remember from the first movie. I know you're not huge on the nerd stuff. You know, you're learning as you go, but from like The Force Awakens, Finn says, I'm pretty sure it's The Force Awakens. He's talking about the fact that the rebreather system as a stormtrooper, it doesn't filter out. It filters out smoke and toxins. So it's like a gas mask for like a normal, you know, soldier in the U.S. Army. You have a gas mask and that's it. It's not a closed air system. But like when Boba Fett ends up in Phil says, I met the kid who played Boba and oh, wow, really? That's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool. I met Kate Beckinsale one time.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a photo with her. You know, that's
I'm
about
surprised it's not on your wall.
It actually is on my wall. It's over there.
Okay, never mind.
Look, hold on. Let me see if I can. Look, so this is like my military and my time in service, and then you scroll over. There's more. That's Star Wars, and then the Avengers. And then, of course, yeah, there you go. The one that's on the very top, right where the kitchen-ish is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's I had to scroll my camera, so now it's all fucked up, but that's okay. Yeah, no, I have a photo with Kate Beckinsale at Tampa Bay Comic-Con. It was a lot of fun. I don't even remember. It doesn't filter toxins. I think he might be right. I know. I remember smoke. I thought he said toxins as well, but it's not a closed system. It's not like, you know, an astronaut. You can't see my face very well.
This brew like is jealous.
Dude, my teenage crush. Well, she was one of my crushes in real life. I remember the story too. So like there was a guy in front of me with his kid. He is probably, I don't know, late 30s, early 40s. Desperate Kate Beckinsale. Yeah. He walks in with his kid. So he stands on one side and his kid's on the other side. And he puts his hand on the top of her ass. And I'm just like, dude, your kid's there.
That's
Dude, yeah, and of course, I kind of like stepped forward, and there were some police officers there because this is the incident where a crazed fan had been following her across the country and threatening her, and he actually tried to attack her in the parking garage, and so she had like 5 police officers around her at all times, and I stepped forward and just kind of put my arm around, put my arm around her shoulder because I don't know her. I'm not going to put my hand on her lower back. That's like inappropriate. But I just remember that like this dude was like he had some ass in his hand, and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck?
Wow.
Anyway, we took we were talking about Too Hot to Handle. Where did we get sideways? I don't even remember. So what's we're coming up on the stop mark because I know you have you're a very busy person, and I do not want to keep you too long. So what is coming up for you personally? With your channel, I think we talked about the fact that you want to do more with going forward, reviewing the reality television shows with Tugs and stuff like that. And I'll let you go, and then I'll read what Despero wrote.
So I think the next kind of goal is either monetizing Poor Choices and actually getting the check mark and the blue check mark on Twitch. Because I know Krista just partnered recently, and that's my next goal. I really just want more emote slots, so that.
How far away are you from that?
I have everything except for an average of 75 viewers, which it will come with time, and that's fine. I'm okay doing the work for it, which the work is really fun. So that's just the 2 kind of larger goals.
Okay.
And I guess the other one is just being more consistent, but it's kind of hard with work. But I've been able to be at least consistent with at least a few of my shows, and it's worked out really well. I'm really happy that I kind of got into this because Mark used to feel bad for me. He's like, you'll have to understand that this is my set time for this and that, and I have to do my work. And I know because his previous person that he dated didn't really get it, and just thought he was messing around, not doing anything, we'll call it like important to them. Which well, hopefully you don't ever have to kind of deal with that. But yeah, no, I understood from the beginning, and now I get to do that as well. And we both have this great understanding of just trying to work on our own stuff and together at the same time. It's great. I love it.
No, I absolutely would 100% agree. Disparu says, Xray Girl, use the BTTV add-on and you get loads more emote slots for anyone who has the browser add-on.
BTTV?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
Okay, I'm gonna research it after, Disparu.
Look at that.
Look at it.
Disparu with the great advice.
Thank you.
He
and
said,
I just realized that's a little mouse in a ninja costume. I didn't know that.
Okay, that is actually awesome.
That's so cute. Anyways. Oh, better Twitch TV. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Better Twitch TV. Okay. So not with going too much into obviously, we'll say detail. You guys have a lot of stuff coming up for Geeks and Gamers, a lot of stuff coming up for Friday Night Tights. I know there's a lot changing for Gary because he's moving to Texas, and him and quarterback Black Garrett are doing a lot of stuff together going forward. Can we see some really big things, maybe in the next, we'll say 6 months for everything for both teams, obviously because it is a collaboration.
The thing I know for sure that Gary wants going forward, especially once he moves to Texas, especially having support from Garrett, is just consistency with his streams, actually doing and having the nooners every Monday, Wednesday, and then the Tuesdays with Real BBC and Friday Night Tights, and kind of, I don't want to say running a tighter ship, but more consistent ship. We'll go with that. So there's that, which is exciting. And then on top of that, I mean, Geeks and Gamers, there's always something in the works. There's always something in the works, whether I'm able to talk about it or not.
No,
There
no,
are
trust
big
me, I
things
know.
coming.
No, trust me, I know.
I mean, like Tuesday night's main event is just every week it's getting bigger and bigger. And I mean, the Mario Kart streams are doing really well, and Halo is doing really well. Like, just things are growing, and I'm so excited to see where it all goes once we're able to, release certain details. But I mean, the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to, I guess, that is the meetups. I really, really enjoyed the meetups. Being able to meet people, see what their faces look like, actually see their reactions. I mean, the chat will always be beautiful, but I got to actually see their beautiful faces in real life and actually talk to them versus just text.
I would definitely agree. This, one thing I've noticed is that talking to, several of us all, circle in the same community, everybody is so nice. Everybody is so easygoing. Nobody really gets, grumpy about a whole lot of stuff. And even if there's a disagreement, it's easily just, you just pass by it. You have a disagreement, difference of opinions, and you move by. So with that being said, this is where I'm going to, Disparu said one last thing. I saw the meetups just from the outside on all the streams, and that was awesome enough just seeing all the interactions. Absolutely. So the Orlando meetup should be roughly in October ish.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's I know it's very roundabout right now, which is I completely understand. So also I know that Chrissy Mayer is having a show in Tampa here, which I'm going to. I know that Jay talked about going to it, so I have a feeling there might be a few familiar faces there. So I will be going to her show because she is so awesome, and she was so gracious to talk to me, and obviously you were as well. So I would like to say thank you so much. I know you're busy. I know you have a lot of stuff going on. I know that Tuesday night main event is starting in about an hour?
An hour. Oh.
It's starting in about an hour. I will be, once I set up my stream with Phil tomorrow, I will be jumping in to watch that. So we are going to say goodbye to everybody. Appreciate y'all stopping by.
Hi, everyone.
Everybody talking to us. You guys are the best. You're what makes this possible. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.